now, investigators, for the first time, we're seeing video of that nightclub brawl involving two NFL players.
Alvin Kamara's attorneys will continue to try to resolve this case without a trial through some kind of plea agreement.
So we've been covering the Alvin Kamara case ever since it came out a little bit over a year ago. And from the very beginning when it came out, there's one thing I said in almost each and every video. And today, we officially got that one thing. And it is a little terrifying. Official leaked footage of Alvin Kamara. Not screenshots, not blurriness. We have the official footage from the security cameras at the Cromwell Hotel and Casino that incriminates Alvin Kamara and a few others. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. Now that we got all that out of the way, break! I want you to understand that Father Time is undefeated. What do I mean by that? Well, when I was in my early 20s, I would be able to bring women back no problem and performance was easy as 1, 2, 3. But unfortunately, as you get older, that desire kind of wanes away. There's nights where if you go out and you have one cocktail too many, you might be stuck in your bathroom giving your Johnson a pep talk while you have a perfect 10 waiting for you in the other room, crying at the fact that you can't perform. But today we're here to put a stop to all that. That's why we're partnered with Roman. You might not know this, but up to 50% of men have symptoms that get in the way of wanting or enjoying sex. But Roman is here to help. Roman addresses a variety of sexual needs for men. They have discreet wipes that help you last up to 4 times longer in bed, and you don't need a prescription for it. But they do offer prescription medication to help you achieve and maintain a stronger erection. They also offer testosterone testing and treatment to see if your problem has to do with the endocrine system or not. And the best part of all is with Roman, everything is online, so you don't have to sit there awkwardly in a waiting room or make uncomfortable trips to the pharmacy. They give you a straightforward digital experience at the comfort of your own home. The best part is, if you want to take action now, everything arrives in discreet, free 2-day shipping. And right now they're hooking up my subscribers fat. Just go to ro.co/microphone to get 20% off of your order. That's ro.co/microphone for 20% off. And thank you, Roman, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? A lot of you guys already know the gist of what happened in the Alvin Kamara situation. For those of you guys that don't, here's a brief little recap so you can understand where we are now and why we're hearing about this a little bit more, especially over the last 6 days. As a matter of fact, we covered this topic about a week ago as well. Last year, Alvin Kamara made it to the Pro Bowl, which is a phenomenal achievement. The thing is, the Pro Bowl that year took place in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, why the NFL decided to fly all of these NFL superstars to Las Vegas to have them participate in a meaningless football game is beyond me, because usually what ends up happening is they're not necessarily going to give their 100% effort in a meaningless football game, which means they're probably free to run amok in the Sin City, which, to be honest, is what I would do if I was in their position. Why not go and turn up in Las Vegas after a very difficult season of taking care of your body and working hard to get into the situation that you're in, especially if the game that you're playing the next day isn't going to be the biggest deal. Well, while enjoying the Sin City, Alvin Kamara decided to visit Dre's nightclub. I've actually been to Dre's nightclub before, and Dre's day club, by the way. I'm personally more of a day club person, if I have to say. But the unfortunate part about this is there'd be an altercation that Alvin Kamara would find himself involved in, and this altercation would pretty much be the main storyline of the entire weekend. Alvin Kamara would get arrested and charged with battery resulting in substantial bodily harm. He was released on a $5,000 bond. This incident occurred at 6:30 a.m. on Saturday, the eve of the Pro Bowl. The bro was up all night turning up because he really didn't care about the Pro Bowl. Can't really blame him. The crazy part about the story is Alvin Kamara was allowed to play in the Pro Bowl, and then he was arrested shortly after, and then he would get released on a $5,000 bond. Now, at the time, there was a huge question about what's going to happen. If there are criminal charges that will proceed, there's either a chance that Alvin Kamara could see jail, or he might have to pay a substantial amount of money, depending on how badly he allegedly beat the crap out of the person that is suing him. Well, as time went on, it seemed like the plaintiff, a man by the name of Darnell Green, seemed to have had his beaten pretty badly. And on top of that, this isn't just some guy coming out here and saying,
yo, I got my ass kicked. I want to sue Alvin Kamara.
Just for Alvin Kamara lightly touching him. Darnell Green had pictures. These pictures looked insane. I mean, there's permanent damage on this man's face. He got the living crap kicked out of him. And as time went on, we would see images. They're fairly graphic. I'm going to post most of them on my story. I'll show you a little bit of them here, but images that look like this, for instance. And we would find out that Alvin Kamara would chase down Darnell Green allegedly, attacking him and causing injuries, including a broken orbital bone. Following this, Darnell Green decided to file a $10 million lawsuit to cover his hospital bills and in punitive damages. The lawsuit alleges that the brutal violent assault broke Green's orbital lobe, severely injured his shoulder, back, neck, and left him temporarily unconscious and helpless on the floor, the lawsuit states. Green claims that Kamara boasted about his role in the alleged beatdown, saying, "I connected with the human's jaw so hard," according to the suit. Yeah, this is one phrase that has been coming up over and over again. You're gonna see in just a sec. Medical testing also confirmed that a disfiguring facial fracture to Green's right orbital bone, a blunt force trauma to his head, multiple disc protrusions, and structural tears in his shoulders, the suit says. Now, so far, all we had up until this point was screenshots of footage. We would get some footage, but it wasn't necessarily the greatest footage, and I've said in probably each and every one of my videos leading up to this video, if you're fighting inside of a Las Vegas casino, especially if it's the lobby of a Las Vegas casino, dude, there's a lot of cameras there. I mean, it's a casino. There's a lot of cameras in casinos. There's no worse place to get into a fight than in a casino. And unfortunately, that's what happened. I said this in the very first video we made on this situation a year ago. It's only a matter of time before the actual footage comes out and we could actually judge the situation for what it is. And today, we actually had that footage released. And man, it is some really, really gruesome footage. I don't necessarily blame Darnell Green for pursuing this lawsuit, because check this out. So take a close look here, because you might miss Kamara. I believe Alvin Kamara is this human being right over here. You can see right away they're getting into it. Man, it's not a good look. The large majority of this fight, I mean, like, so far I've only showed you 8 seconds of this footage. The rest of it's literally this man getting the shit kicked out of him. I mean, this is some very, very gruesome footage, and like, they keep going on and on. Eventually, like, enough people come in and pull them off each other, but bear in mind, we didn't see how the fight started in this scenario. The fight was already starting. It got pushed all the way back in front of these cameras to the point where we were able to see how gruesome it was. And for all you know, it could have gone on longer before that. But in any case, up until now, we didn't really see much about this case, primarily because they were kicking the can further down the road so Alvin Kamara could play in games. Now that the season's over, I'd see Alvin Kamara in some trouble here. And this man, I have to admit, I'm no lawyer, but you could tell me in the comment section down below, it appears as this human being has one hell of a case against Alvin Kamara. I mean, there's footage of his injuries. They have the incident on camera. Alvin Kamara has one of the best running back contracts in the entire NFL. I mean, he signed a 5-year, $75 million contract a couple years ago. And of course, they could do some salary cap gymnastics and whatnot, but for the most part, this man has money. This man has the facilities to pay a large sum of money, and I'm sure Darnell Green knows that. At this point, I'm really unsure what Darnell Green's motive is. Is he going to try to settle? Is he really going to try to pursue like a hardcore punishment on Kamara? That remains to be seen. In any case, I think if they offered him a certain sum of money, he'd be willing to dismiss the case and move on with his life, but it's all up to him. Regardless, this is a terrifying look for Alvin Kamara, one that could actually potentially end his career when you consider the fact that his contract could get voided in 2024. He's already a 28-year-old running back, and his game has been slowing down a little bit since the Drew Brees era has finally concluded. So let me know in the comment section down below, is this the end of Alvin Kamara? What do you think is going to happen in this situation? Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.